hard time with my camera orientation this morning. Good morning, everybody. This is our astrology weather forecast for July 4th, 2025, and we have a few things going on today. It's kind of a multi-layered day. The moon does come into Scorpio at 5:34 a.m. Eastern Time, so there's a depth to the day that is underlying an interesting conjunction between Venus and Uranus. Venus is conjunct to Uranus as Venus leaves the sign of Taurus and comes into Gemini. Venus will be in Gemini for a bit, which encourages more activity, sometimes hyperactivity, in the areas that Venus rules in our lives. And at the same time, we have Neptune stationing and turning retrograde until December 10th. So with this dual effect here, actually triple effect of underlying intensity, Moon in Scorpio, need for something new, novel, unplanned, and sometimes not in our best interest because it's not well thought out. Sometimes it is in our best interest because it leads to a breakthrough. That's Venus-Uranus conjunction. And then the lack of total clarity and needing to have some time to reflect in order to come to the best type of clarity or conclusion with Neptune turning retrograde. It's an interesting layering here that may not contribute to the best decisions when we are looking at what is in our interest for the long term. It absolutely can facilitate having fun in the moment, breakthroughs in new avenues of sensual or physical expression, romantic expression. It is a spontaneous coupling, Venus and Uranus. But it doesn't lead, in most cases, to permanence, such as the nature of being in the moment. So that, coupled with the backing up of Neptune, where we have some months here of looking at illusions and coming out of that so we can have a better experience of heaven on earth rather than looking for something better or more perfect outside of ourselves. And we have an opportunity to ground some of those dreams and those ideals, to enjoy those in this lifetime, in this moment, if we are connecting all the dots, if we're getting into alignment here with what is ultimately in our best interest and pursuing the path of integration. It's all Neptune retrograde stuff in Aries and Pisces. So we can be led to make some short-term decisions or act on some short-term impulses or desires that in the moment today and this week can seem like a good thing, a good choice, a good deal, but there isn't a clarity or a pursuit of permanence or seriousness. That's lacking. But this is a good, it's a good spark that we get with Venus Neptune aspects. And if we already are pretty solid in having what we want, if we're not in the need for change or breakthroughs or something novel or something new, then we bring that freshness and aliveness to what we already have going on. We can even have breakthroughs or epiphanies where our heart can leap forward in a way that is unusual within the relationships that we already have in our lives. So, interesting day. I may be able to come in later today and talk more about Neptune retrograde, maybe, depending on what's going on with the family here. But there's a lot to consider over the next months in terms of clarity, dreams, and grounding those ideals. So, alrighty, that's what I got. You guys have a great day.